All right, we're live. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? What's up? How's things on your end? Okay, just let's warm up. Let's warm up. Let's prepare your fingers. Let's get started. Let us know. Let me know in the comments. Of course, as always, where you're from, and this time let's use an icebreaker. What's the weather outside? Let me know. So let me know where you're from and what's the weather outside. Let's see everyone where we're joining. So because personally I'm here in Ukraine and it's used to be like a winter. It used to be cold here, but now it's like rain outside. It's unusual to have rain here in summertime. So so yeah, let us know. It's super cold. Okay, so we have people from Colorado, USA, cold. Sweden, it's super cold. Oh wow. I guess yeah. Yeah, my wife used to say, okay, I want winters to be warm. I said, you get what you want. So yeah, it's rainy. Okay, so UK coldish and gray, Germany around 10 degrees. Okay, similar here, Ukraine. Hey, Vadim, what's up? How are you doing? Cold. Oh wow. All right. Italy, cold and gray. Marco. I see Belgium. Spain today plus 24. Oh wow, cool. Colombia, rainy and cold. Indiana, Petersburg. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds not good actually. Yeah, actually, rainy and cold. It's the worst possible scenario, I guess. Toronto. Okay. Michigan, you say lots of snow and ice. Oh wow. So yeah, it's also, I guess, makes sense to enjoy this summer, this winter time, right? This snowy weather as well. All right. So we have people still joining us, but that's fine. I'm not sure if those of you who are visiting our webinars for a while, maybe you noticed a new background. So feel free to use it. It's gonna be our new, like, leveled up webinars experience. Okay, so let's get started to the webinar. Let me start sharing my screen and we're good to go. Let me share the screen, entire screen, share, boom, let's go. All right, so today an interesting topic I'm super keen on. I love this topic, to be honest. This one is super important for both like leaders, managers, and SDRs, salespeople, founders, everyone who want to get started with cold outreach but don't know how to do it. So today I will be sharing lots of inspiration for everyone. We will be talking about 20 creative cold outreach and outbound strategies in 40 minutes. So this is gonna be a part of our webinar series. We are starting this year. Be ready with that. So I'm gonna sharing lots of useful insights, lots of practical tips on cold outreach, outbound sales, everything that can help you book more meetings and get more sales. So also, please visit our website, replies.io/webinars. So we will have a next one webinar in the next 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, we will have these webinars with me. And next time, we'll be talking about 7 insanely useful prospecting tips no one is actually talking about. So I will share some like small and useful tips and tricks on how to boost your reply rates and get more like meetings. So I hope you will enjoy this session. So feel free to register for this one. And let's jump to the topic. So my name is Vlad. I'm growth leader here at Reply. I have spent almost 7 years in SDR manager. So I tried lots of things. And so that's why I'm super happy to share them with you. Today we will cover those things. We will cover 20 interesting cold outreach strategies. Then I will share 20 email templates that power these strategies. I will be talking about like products, tools that can help with these strategies. And of course, as always, I will share some useful like pieces of bonus content. And then, of course, Q&A session. So feel free to ask your questions. I will check the chat like every now and then. So yeah, let's have this conversation. Okay, part number 1. Let's get started with the simplest ones. Let's get started with outbound and sales navigator, right? The sales navigator is a typical tool in sales in cold outreach arsenal. So we know about this tool. Probably this is one of the best B2B databases out there. So lots of salespeople, SDRs rely on this. So and that's gonna be the best entry point for cold outreach. So the first tactic is called department growth. How it works? Imagine that you sell I don't know, marketing services or sales agency services. I don't know, maybe some PPC services, ad services, software development services. So we can rely on department growth signal to identify companies that are currently growing their specific departments fast, like insanely fast. For example, I don't know. In my situation, this is gonna work with sales. For example, when the sales department headcount grows like from 50 to 100% per 6 months, per 1 year, it's like a huge amount, right? Probably the almost doubled amount of salespeople in their organization. In this case, probably all these SDRs, all those account executives, they will need something for cold outreach, right? So then we can say, hey, here's the template that powers this playbook. Hey, I noticed that company department, sales department, SDR department has significantly grown in the last 6 months. So I thought it might be relevant. And then value proposition, given your job title, and things other fast-growing sales teams use our user portal for booking meetings at scale. I thought you might be interested in improving your sales team effectiveness as well. Then, soft CTA, would you be interested in seeing how we can help both top performers and new hires? So that's how you can use this signal. And more importantly, it's super easy to use Sales Navigator, Sales Filter to find these accounts and these prospects. Super easy one, right? The next strategy is job changers. Again, so when someone, I don't know, works in SDR in company 1, and then they move to another company 2, and then they have a new job title, let's say sales development manager or SDR director, right? And we can use this filter in Sales Navigator, change jobs in the last 90 days, and then we can use this signal to reach out to these job changers and be relevant at scale here. Why? Because typically when they join a new company, a new organization, they have a budget, they have tools, they have authority, they have everything to succeed in your role, right? So that's how we can proactively reach out to these job changers and offer our services, our products. So probably they will need something new in new organization, right? So here's a cold email template that powers this playbook. Hi, first name. So you have taken new position as, then we specify a job title at company. Congratulations. How are you making sure that then we specify pain points, scales with your team? As companies grow, many companies face those challenges. We can help you solve this by then we specify how. Interested to learn more? Interested in learning more? Best regards. Again, this template works pretty good for us and helps us generate lots of meetings. The next one is leadership changers. Similar to the previous one, we can reach out, we can be more strategic with our outreach and reach out just to accounts that are currently changing their senior positions, like CEOs, CTOs, CMOs, right? VPs of marketing, VPs of product, etc. And then in this case, we can be definitely sure that they have budget and authority, right? Because probably they hired them to make some shifts, to maybe change strategy, like to make some impact, right? To change the organization in the end. So here's an example of cold email template that powers this playbook. It's created by Jason Bay. And our replies scoring system says it's a pretty good one. So that's why I recommend it. Hey, first name, congrats on the jump to a new role. Curious if topic is a focus of yours in your first 90 days with company. I'm asking because we at companies speak with similar job titles. They're typically focused on these, but run into pain point, right? They are focused on something else. Then you can specify your value proposition and ask, where's the conversation best? And probably this strategy will work for you. But again, it's super hard to scale it because there aren't lots of companies that are currently changing their C-suite or VP level roles, especially if it's SMB or mid-market organization, right? But again, super cool and easy to implement strategy. Strategy number 4, it's a harder one, but it works as well. You can reach out to LinkedIn post engagers. For example, you or your maybe management team or someone from at your marketing team uses LinkedIn like a lot, and then they create like a relevant and interesting content within their audience, within their interested personas, and then people engage with this content. Then you can, for example, here I wrote like quite engaging post a while back, and then we can actually download the list of these engagers and proactively reach out to them. Because especially it works when you use bottom of the funnel piece of content on LinkedIn, where when this content is like super focused on solving a problem or an issue or like right. So then you can say, hey, I noticed you engaged with the content. So is this something you're trying to fix right now? And let's have a chat because we help with this. So here's an example of cold email template that can power this strategy. For example, here, hey there, I saw that you engaged with creator's full name, creator's full name, LinkedIn post, and then you specify an idea of this post so they can relate your email, right, to this and remember the post itself, love the idea of this post, and then you can use this language saying, hey, I'm not sure if you're in market, but since other companies use, for example, reply, I thought you might be interested in improving your sales team effectiveness. Does it sound like something you would be open to learn more about? So again, super simple strategy, but the issue here that you can't always do that because that's how you will cannibalize your audience on LinkedIn, and they won't appreciate if you like reach out to them every time when they engage with your post. So be strategic with this one. The next tactic is LinkedIn polls. So here's how it works. Actually, Sam Nelson probably was a king of this strategy. Here's how it works. So you can use your content creators on LinkedIn or your marketing team or your C-suite decision makers at your organization and say, hey, can you post this poll about, like, again, bottom of the funnel issue? For example, here's an example. As your headcount at my company is currently increasing, decreasing, so then people vote. There are lots of votes here. And then you, as an author of this poll, can actually download the list of votes and personalize your cold outreach based on votes, right? So then you could say, hey, I appreciate the response to my poll on topic. Noticed you voted for an option. Is this something you're trying to improve? I'm asking because we at company help with this issue. So I thought it might be relevant for you as well. So yeah, that's the strategy for this playbook. And strategy number 6, when it comes to LinkedIn and Sales Navigator, it's LinkedIn event attendees. So here's how it works. On LinkedIn, people actually can create events and invite other people on LinkedIn to join those events. So you can join this event, and then you will have access to list of attendees. And basically, you can download the list of attendees and be relevant at scale, saying, hey, notice you like, hey, I'm reaching out because I noticed on your LinkedIn. Oh, in this case, probably it's a bad idea to relate to a webinar or to a name of this webinar. So in this situation, I would recommend to use your generic cold outreach. But again, it won't be like super cold. It will be something somewhat warm because probably these webinar attendees, they already have an issue or they want to fix it, right? So that's how you can be relevant at scale. Okay, and the best part, so for these 6 strategies, there is no need to have super expensive tech stack. You can just use 2 tools, Reply and Sales Navigator. With Reply, you can use our Chrome extension, Findy, to like grab the list of prospects and then just push them to your Reply account sequence or campaign right away. So there is no need to have lots of tools, lots of prospecting tools, lots of like additional tools, right? So you can just rely on the tools, and probably these 6 strategies will be helpful for actually for both startups and lean businesses, right? So let me check the chat. Let me know if you have questions. I will check them in the next 5 minutes. No, this webinar won't be just about LinkedIn. I will be sharing part 2 and part 3, and they won't be about LinkedIn. So we are done with LinkedIn, to be honest. Thanks, Reply. Okay, great. So sounds like we have no questions so far. By the way, the most important thing, we will share everything, all templates, all playbooks, all recordings, all slides, all links after the webinar, so you won't miss anything. Okay, let's move on, I guess. Okay. And part number 2, that's gonna be about, okay, so, oh, yeah, and first useful bonus piece of content here, intent-based cold outreach. So typically we talked about intent-based prospecting and cold outreach, but in this situation, there is no way to automate it from scratch, from the very beginning. You still need to check lists, you need to download lists and push them to your sequencing tool, right? But we had a webinar a while ago, actually last month, about pretty much the same strategies, but there is something like there are instructions how you can automate it from very beginning. So feel free to check out this webinar as well. And part 2, we will talk about MQLs and leads in your CRM. So when it comes to CRMs, to leads in your CRM, that's a typical situation, and it happens in Reply as well. We all, as salespeople, SDRs, are always happy about new leads. We always want to work with new leads, with new opportunities, because it's something new, it's something shiny, it's something cool. But we typically forget about prospects we need to follow up with, or prospect we need to work with, or prospect we need to re-engage, right? So in this section, I will be talking about MQLs and how SDRs, salespeople, actually anyone can re-engage their CRM, especially if they have like dozens of hundreds of thousands prospects in their system, in their CRM. So the first tactic here is ghosting outbound. So for example, here's an example. Imagine you start a cold outreach. You start getting responses, but there is a typical situation when you send an email, a prospect say, hey, thanks for the message, happy to learn more, happy to jump on a call, what's time work for you? And then you send a follow-up, hey, thanks for the reply, absolutely, let's chat, here's the link, or let me know what times work best for you. But then nothing happens. Prospect doesn't reply back. Actually, they ghost you, right? So here's a strategy we can use. We can create a task for ourselves to follow up with this prospect. If it doesn't work, we can add them to a specific sequence called like ghosting outbound prospects, and we can say something like, hey, we had a chat a while ago. Let's chat again because you mentioned you're interested in discovering our platform. So I will be sharing all those templates after the webinar, so you can check all of these templates. Strategy number 8 here is to work with your MQLs. for example, PDFs, guides, checklists. You can engage with prospects who downloaded your content, attended your webinar or masterclass, or I don't know, a virtual conference, etc. So, and how this strategy work? When you can automate this, by the way, especially if you use a CRM like, I don't know, HubSpot, or when you use Zapier, etc. Right? So when someone downloads a PDF or piece of content, you can push a Slack notification to your SDR team, to your sales team, or push to a sequence this contact to a sequence right away. And say something like, "Hey, I'm reaching out to you." Then we specify a reason, right? We need a good reason why we reach out to this person. I'm reaching out to you because I noticed that you downloaded, and then we specify a piece of content. So I thought you might be looking for solutions that will help you fix this pain point. For example, when they download a PDF about sequences, so probably they need to create sequences and they need to start sequences, right? So while we help other companies, then we specify our value proposition as well, and we help teams hit their numbers. I saw that our platform could be potential a new option for your sales team. And do you have a quick chat early next week? Best regards. And to be honest, this strategy works enormously good for us, and I will share stats later. Strategy number 9 was working with your leads in your CRM is to re-engage ghosting opportunities. Imagine you have like dozens of new demos of new opportunities every month. Your company have hundreds of them probably. And then you have lots of prospects that like opportunities that stuck in the pipeline. For example, they don't move to a new stage like proposals or upgrading or starting their proof of concept or booking second demo call, etc. Right? So it depends on your CRM pipeline, on your deal stages, etc. But again, we can, as salespeople, as SDRs, we can download the list of these ghosting opportunities that haven't been active for, let's say, 60, 90 days, etc. We can download them for each stage, and then we can personalize our cold outreach based on their deal stage, right? And say, hey, I noticed that you stuck in the pipeline. We talked like a while ago about X. Wanna revisit your pain point again. So I have all those templates. Just don't want to spend too much time on templates itself. But yeah, this strategy will definitely help you generate additional meetings. For example, for us here at Reply, we can generate something between maybe 10 to 30 additional meetings every month, just based on this strategy only. Strategy number 2, it's down your sales funnel, right? Your stages. It's re-engage your closed lost opportunities. So basically, if your sales team tags closed lost opportunities properly in your CRM based on like things like qualification, timing, pricing, feature, security, something like that, then you can download the list of closed lost opportunities based on stages, and then re-engage them and grab a loss reason and use this as a reason for outreach. If it is pricing, that's number 1. If it's feature, you can specify that you already have this feature, etc. And strategy number 11 here is to re-engage your CRM, like completely re-engage your CRM. I highly recommend this for SDRs who just join the company. Then you can just say, hey, could you please download the list of contacts in your CRM that haven't been active for like 100 days? Then I will just enrich everything, and then I will add to my sequences. There is a huge chance and there is a huge opportunity to book like a few meetings here, right? And that's how your quick ramp up in your organization. So again, just talk to your sales ops or do it yourself. Just grab the list of contacts, then maybe score them, or you already have the score. then enrich them and add to your sequencing tool, and that's it. For example, they shouldn't be MQLs or opportunities. They could be just leads or web or subscribers, etc., or newsletter subscribers, etc. So you can ask for leads in your CRM and re-engage them. So when it comes to strategy number 12, it's re-engage demo no-shows. For example, here at Reply, we have approximately, I guess, 20% demo no-show rate, meaning that we lose approximately 20% of all opportunities, right? Because for some reason, they decided not to join a call they scheduled. So in this situation, you can automate the process. Once they missed a demo, they decided to cancel it or didn't show up on a call, you can add them to your demo no-show re-engagement sequence and book additional meetings. And trust me, you can get back approximately 20, 30, maybe even 40% of all demo no-shows back. So that's our stats here at Reply, real stats from sequences for every sequence related to MQLs and leads in our CRM. For example, re-engage ghosting opportunities, huge open rate, huge reply rate, huge interested rate. It's just one sequence of one of our SDRs. Then reach out to MQLs, PDFs, webinars, content. Here's an open rate. It's 80% open rate, almost 20% reply rate, and 6%, 7% reply rate. Ghosting opportunities in your sales pipeline, again, it depends how you structure the sequence. But for us, it's 70% open rate, 32% reply rate, and 5% interested rate. Close lost opportunities, it's 20% reply rate, 15% interested rate. Re-engage your leads in CRM. This one is harder to get to book meetings because they are leads, they're top of the funnel prospects, right? So it's harder to convince them to join a demo. But again, you can do this. 82% open rate, 14% reply rate, and just 2.32% interested rate. When it comes to demo no-shows, it's 77% open rate, 32% reply rate, and 16% interested rate, meaning we can revert back 16% of all demo no-shows back, return back, yeah? So yeah, those are real stats from our sequences. So I highly recommend to talk to your sales operations, if you have them, to your, automation departments, revenue operation teams, and say, hey, could you please help me automate those processes? Because typically it's super easy to do this within your CRM. You can just need to specify some workflows, triggers, and you can get lots of gems there. Okay, let's check the chat. Maybe you have any questions here. Okay, let's see. HubSpot is the best. Yeah, we use internally HubSpot, pretty good one for our team size organization, for organization of our size. You have difficult task to solve. I need to find personal emails from translators in the United European Union. LinkedIn doesn't give enough good emails. And to do that, yep, there are some tools, email finders, that are focused on finding personal emails. You can check them. Yeah, they kind of focused on finding personal emails, and typically recruiting email finders are focused on that because they need personal emails. Okay, let's move on. Let me share the screen. Boom, and boom. Okay, and part number 3 is creative outbound. Okay, so strategy number 13 here is startup leads. Typically, Typically, when we use databases, right, they have a lack, right? They can't find new companies. They can't add recently created startups because they can't just update their databases right away. And there is a huge opportunity here because there are lots of startups that need lots of services that need to fix and improve some basic things within their organization, but founders don't have time to work on them. For example, set up ads, improve website template copies, improve your, I don't know, improve your website design, because I don't know, they basically need some basic and super important things that will help their organization grow. Cold outreach is, again, is part of them. Advertisement services is a part of those things. Software development, again. But the downside of this strategy is that these start products, they don't have lots of money, so you probably won't win big deals here. But if you sell like relatively affordable services, that's a strategy that can help you. Because, for example, here at Reply, we rely on this strategy and help us book, not just book meetings, but generate new revenue by automating our cold outreach to startups. And the best part is that typically those startups are under sales teams radars, right? Because they don't have those contacts and those accounts in those databases. So you can use bunch of services, a bunch of tools to find them right away and reach out and offer your services. So here's a tactic we use here at Reply. Hey, recently I discovered company on, for example, Product Hunt, and was impressed by the idea of your product. As you may know, one of the quickest ways to like boost revenue is through cold outreach. I was just curious, do you currently use any tools for booking more meetings at company? Best. And typically they will say, hey, sure, it sounds good, let's have a chat, or I will give your product a try. No, it's not our focus right now. So typically you will have two options here. Either they're interested or they have no time for this, right? So, and a second bonus piece of content here, I would love to share the list of like 150 startup directories, so you can use them to find startups right away and scale this playbook. For us, it's like typically 20% reply rate. Strategy number 14 is to reach out to accounts that have no dedicated departments or roles. For example, here we have a software development. So here's a sales navigator filter. We check for accounts within software development industry that have more than 501 and 200 employees between, this is between this size range. And then we can add additional filter saying, and just show me companies that have only 1 to 2 salespeople in their department. So typically they are a huge organization, but for some reason they have no sales. Maybe it's not a part of their strategy, but maybe they have no time for this. But you can help them and maybe outsource this function. The same works with departments like, I don't know, marketing, finance, accounting, advertisement, etc. So for example, if they're a huge organization, but they have no marketing team, probably they are outsourcing their marketing activities, their marketing campaigns, and probably you can compete with other competitors and win this deal back, right? So that's a great strategy for some companies. Strategy number 15 is to offer free tools, app, or sidecar products. Imagine you are a SaaS company or computer software company, and you have your main product, and it's kind of expensive. I don't know, for example, HubSpot or Shopify or Canva or Clearbit, whatever. And then you can create a free sidecar product, a free tool, a free application, and then just your marketing team can push prospects, website visitors to this free tool. They can download this app, or they can start using this application, And then you have lots of prospects in your CRM, right? Because they're not interested, those leads aren't so interesting for sales reps. But think about it. If they start using a complementary free tool to your main product, probably they have a pain point and they want to solve it. For example, when they use Clearbit Connect, they want to find emails, but Clearbit itself also helps find emails. So you can say, hey, something like this, hey, I noticed you're using Clearbit Connect for free. By the way, we have our main product called Clearbit Prospector, so we want to chat about our main product. So here's how it works, right? So, and the good part of this strategy is that if you have dozens, if you have hundreds of thousands of product users who use your free tools, that's super amazing strategy to start with. Strategy number 16 is useful resources or guides. So when it comes to cold outreach, it's super important to know that and embrace that not all our cold emails should be salesy. We shouldn't push them to book a meeting right away in every single email within our sequence. Sometimes we as salespeople, as SDRs, we can be helpful. For example, you can create like a bunch of useful resources or guides and then incorporate those useful resources into your cold outreach strategies. For example, we at Reply target SDRs or SDR managers. So we have a bunch of useful tools for them. For example, department calculator, ROI calculator, or free email subject line generator, or sales commission calculator. And I, as an SDR, can incorporate those useful resources into my follow-ups and say, hey, as an SDR manager, probably you will appreciate this free tool that can help you create free email signatures for the whole organization. So give it a try here. So I'm not going to sell you anything within this cold email. So that's how we can build like kind of trust, right? And be helpful actually, because it's cool to help sometimes. So here's an email templates that we use here at Reply. Hi, first name, how is your day? Just wanted to share with you our free tool. Then you share a link to it. Then we say we see ourselves as a cold outreach software for like industry-related companies like your company to book more meetings. I'm curious, would you be open to chat to see how we can help you with this challenge or challenges? And it works okay for us. Yeah. Again, we shouldn't be salesy in every single cold email or cold follow-up in our sequences or our campaigns, right? Sometimes it's nice to help, right? The next strategy is technographics and competitors. Again, this one will work for SaaS and tech businesses mainly. So imagine you are a startup and you're entering a highly crowded market, let's say CRMs. There are dozens, hundreds, if not thousands of CRMs, and you enter this market. So what you can do as, I don't know, as a founder or as a sales team, you can just hunt for accounts or hunt for users of your competitors, right? So you can just buy the list of CRM users, and then you can try to win these customers, offering, I don't know, better services, better support, lower prices, etc. It's up to you. What's your value proposition? Imagine it's AI, for example. So whatever you choose, and you can try to win their customers. So here's an example we do here at Reply. By the way, here a bunch of tools you can use for this strategy, like BuildWith, Nerdy Data, Raised, Webalizer, Public, www. All these tools help you find accounts, find companies that use specific technologies installed on their websites or their companies use as within their departments, right? And the strategy here is to, oh, okay, I forgot about this email template. You will find it in the our ultimate list of those 20 email templates. Okay. Strategy number 18 here is outbound referral sequence. Here's how it works. Imagine you reach out to enterprises or huge accounts, like with hundreds, thousand employees. So you can reach out to influencers. It's typically low entry level roles. For example, in our situation, it's sales reps, SDRs, inside sales reps. So we can download them. So we can download a huge list of contacts actually here, because we have hundreds of thousands of SDRs out there, right? And then we can we can grab some intel about their account, and we can ask questions in these entry-level employees, asking about their tech stack, about their priorities, what they're using, right? What their pain points, and then we can use this data as intel for cold outreach to VPs or C-suite employees, right? Hey, and then you can say, hey, I had a chat with a few SDRs within your organization, and they said they use software number 1, number 2, number 3. How about chatting about our tool so we can replace a few of them simultaneously, for example? So yeah, and also why you should have this strategy within your sequence, I would say, stack, because typically you will have huge reply rate here, typically something between 20 to 30, maybe sometimes even 40% reply rate. And that's how you can warm up your domains, and you can keep using them for cold outreach, right? So because you have a good inbound, outbound emails ratio, and you can keep using these domains for cold outreach. So that helps as well, because again, typically these employees are open to reply back to you. And a bonus content here, I have created like a huge outbound referral sequence playbook with step-by-step guides. So if you want to implement this strategy, we will have the whole playbook here. Strategy number 19 is warm intros. How it works? Imagine you have hundreds of colleagues, employees you work with. So you can all connect your LinkedIn accounts, your Google accounts to specific types of software. In this case, I will show you this form as an example. So you can all connect your LinkedIn accounts, your Google accounts, and then this software will have a list of all accounts in your circles, in your connections, and then they can match mutual connections, and then this software can recommend you specific members within your organization that you can connect with them, and then they can connect you with a prospect they know. So that's how you can win more deals and use what they call warm intros or warm outbound sales, right? Sometimes they call it nearbound, etc. Again, probably this strategy will work for a bigger organization because, again, it's kind of type of a referral sales, and it will require lots of patience and lots of operations to implement this strategy. Probably it won't work for startups right away. But again, of course, there are some tools that can help automate the process here. The strategy now, and the bunch of tools that can help you with those warm intros, this form, Cabal, Vector, High5, Refer. There are actually a new category of tools that can help automate the whole process here. And strategy number 20 is warm outbound. What I mean here, for example, and you can implement it for every strategy we discussed before. For example, you as an SDR or account executive send hundreds of cold emails, maybe thousands, right? And you add thousands of cold prospects to your sequence. But typically, probably you will get something between 10, 15, 20% reply rate. So, right? And you will never hear back from 80% of your prospects, right? So what you can do here, you can use your sales engagement tool. You can sort all your contacts in your grid by number of emails they opened and number of views of these emails. And in this situation, we have like a bunch of prospects who we sent 6 emails. They opened 6 emails, but they viewed our emails 85 times, 60 times, 44 times, but they have never replied back to us. So we can download this list of contacts, and we can try to re-engage them and tell something unique. Maybe we can rephrase our value proposition, and maybe we can even be honest here, and we can say, hey, I use my cold outreach software, and I noticed that you opened my emails like more than 50 times. Probably you have a pain point again. So maybe let's have a chat. I want to help you. Maybe I can send you some useful resources. So just go to your sales engagement tool, use this view, use this sorting option, and you will be amazed how many prospects viewed your emails a lot but have never replied back. Within reply, you can do this creating a new smart filter. Let's say that's going to be something like this. Number of emails sent is less than 4 times. Status finished is false, so they never opted out, they never replied to us, they never bounced. And then property views more than, let's say, 5 times. And you will have a huge list of prospects. Then download them and try to re-engage them. So super easy to implement strategy, and you can book more meetings there. All right, that's it for tactics, strategies. Now let's proceed with bonus content again. We are giving away these 20 creative outbound strategies plus emails templates to all of these strategies, plus there are some variations of these templates. So basically there are more than 20 email templates. So use them to build your sequences and give them a try. So there is no need to build all of them. Just start with 1 or 2, and probably this will help. So yeah, we are giving this away to everyone, and let us know what you think about them. We still have some time. Let's see the chat. Let's see the chat. Victoria is asking, how many emails on average should be sent out to cold contacts to receive any positive reply? Do I need to change email subject line or anything else to get a positive response? I would recommend, when it comes to high volume cold outreach, I will recommend probably 3 to 6 steps for your sequence, email steps, I mean, for your sequences. Typically, they reply back within the first 3 steps. And yes, you need to change subject lines for at least every 2 emails in your sequence. Any other channels than email? No, we just discussed email templates today. Sorry about that. Are these strategies reflected in your templates? Yes, Jolly, they are. Vlad, would you combine number 16 with the LinkedIn DM effort? For sure, yeah, for sure, of course. Again, it depends on your volumes. If you rely on high volume, low touch, cold outreach techniques, so probably you should avoid LinkedIn DMs. But if you rely on highly personalized cold outreach, of course, you can combine them with LinkedIn, and you can actually use LinkedIn as a first step. Thank you, great. Based on your experience, what do you consider a good open and reply rate? Based on my experience, when it comes to like pure outbound, pure outbound, not MQLs, that's gonna be, for a sequence, it's gonna be something between 60 to 80% open rate, and reply rate will be like 5 to maybe 15, maybe 3 to 15 or something like that. That will be a good result. When it comes to MQLs, again, we need to generate maybe 20, 30, maybe even 40% reply rate, depends on list accuracy, right? Okay, so I still have a few slides here. I still have a few slides here. Let me share the screen again. Okay, so if you have a few more questions, just let me know. I will answer them. And great news, we here at Reply launched our Sales Pulse community. It's a sales community for SDR, salespeople, outbounders, cold outreachers, everyone who rely on cold emails to get more replies. So join the community. We will be discussing, we will be helping everyone to get better results. I will be sharing insanely useful sales content every week. I will be sharing like exclusive content just specifically for this community. So feel free to join us at reply.io/community. Happy to see you there. And let's stay in touch. Yeah, join the community, connect with me on social media. Feel free to scan the QR code. Follow Reply on social media, follow our creators on social media. We are sharing some useful content out there. And another useful piece of content here, Outbound Starter Pack. It's a hand-curated list of 15 plus best guys on cold emails, outbound, prospecting, and more. So I actually curated the best resources. No bullshit, no fluff. You can just get started from A to Z and get more results. So yeah, let's stay in touch. Join the community, connect with me on LinkedIn. Happy to answer your question there after the webinar. And yeah, as always, thank you. All right, let's see if we have more questions. Does Sales Navigator share emails of prospects? Was only able to try their email feature. No, they don't. So you need an email finder or B2B database to find email there. So for example, Reply does it. So you can use our email finder. All right, so that's it. If there are no questions, super happy to have this webinar. Super happy to connect with you in 2 weeks. We will have another webinar and have a great evening. See you soon. Bye.